Upon watching your first video, I summarized that you had unmet emotional needs, you couldn't communicate your conditions. As a result, influences interpreted them for you. They detained and reprimanded your behavior symptoms, which did nothing to help your conditions. There's a high probability this traumatized you and caused you to disassociate from learning anything. They used disciplinary measures to keep you in line, which only escalated your inner conditions. Rebellious behavior only to be restrained. I perceive a lot of resentment got buried as you eventually caved in. In total, intellectual disability, unmet needs, and psychological conflict with people. In order to live a normal life, you resorted to disassociating from your inner self. When this happens, your personality and decision-making are unpredictable. I assume your next video is about making decisions rooted in intentional goals. After all, you did inform me that you're independent and you have big dreams.
Everything you said sounds about right. And yes, my next video is about expressing how I feel trampled on out in the world. That even though I left my old problems behind, now it's a psychological minefield trying to maneuver my life around toxic influences. I'm ready to limit all interactions with people, and you'll see why. Part 2 is about approaching the world on my own after being psychologically sabotaged. Any mind conditioning or perception filters will then carry over as I interact with people.
Approaching the world, I was on a path of becoming a mindless conformist and a heartless pacifist. Adapt. Go through motion. I am saved. I will sanctify you.
It is common knowledge that children repeat what they see and hear. The problem with psychological abuse is that such behavior is then considered normal. Watch what happens next. One can choose to love, or one decides to judge. When one could connect, or decides to project. When one could learn what's wrong, or objectified by symptoms that don't belong.
Rebellious, narcissistic, game addict, alcoholic.
Highlighting people's flaws and acting as a life coach while neglecting my own personal growth journey. Watch what happens next.
No friends. Undecisive. Always been told what to do. Consulting with others before I continue. Psychologically wired to assume just drop a seed, a flower will bloom.
Somewhere along the line of education, logic never took root. I was conditioned to believe that all I really needed was faith and good intentions. Aim at any direction, pray, and good things will land on my lap. Anyone of street smarts knows that intelligence is mandatory for any measure of success.
To believe I'd have everything made if I stick to a script and always obeyed.
Like a parasite, this psychological misdirection repeatedly screwed me over. This forged to insist, provoked me to walk away from teachings that led to this day. Variables I don't understand, why things not go as planned. Programmed in sheltered naivety with blind trust against a world that keeps raising the bars of quality and expectation. If you want to get married, have a family, you do all this. If you want this job, attract people, you have to look like this. People are to be prepared for the world, informed, equipped, and supported on their way to living independently. If a person was psychologically neglected or naive, it makes sense to look for help. Just when it looks like help is coming, watch what happens. How many times they fill my head? I pray for the everywhere I'm misled. Behind the doors of their advice, sending traps to my demise. It's bad enough to be psychologically wired wrong, then add into it manipulators who take advantage of my conditions and further debilitate me. Here's another thing I learned about people's behavior. You talk to them, and they may do this.
Days pass, not a word. I am blinded and unheard.
There you have it. My life gets messed up in so many ways interacting around people. Between my conditions and how the world works, I'm better off not aspiring for anything significant. I've been compromised to this, blindfolded on the road to purpose.
no one to guide me through it. Walk into traps that are set. Detective, one performance intended to give. Disqualified from the race. Everywhere that withholds grace. Expectations set too high.
I thought I could make something more of myself. I don't know what to live for when I'm perpetually debilitated and evaluated.
What do you hope to accomplish?
I want to help people across the world. I want to have a running partner to help me achieve financial and charity goals. Most importantly, I want a real home. Someone who understands me and helps me through my conditions. Someone who I can give my love, effort, and commitment, sharing the same dreams.